Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 31 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Today we're here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. We're going to start a little quickly here today. Jonathan Fast leads us to the green flag here at Atlanta. Decided to start a little quickly today because I only had time to record this race and not record it live. So I had to add this narration a little later after I did recording the race, but I won't tell you who won this race until the end. Here we go. Philip Parker goes down low for the race lead as he's trying to take the opportunity to take that lead away on the very first lap of the race, and he does just that. He gets into the front. In the 37 car, he leads the first lap. The number 3 Robert Smith going to try for the race lead as well. Let's see if he can get it. He can get it too. And now Robert Smith gets the lead back. And how about this? The 96 is right behind him. And he's running in the third position. That, by the way, is Jeff Bright. Jeff Bright is competing in his one and only opportunity here in the Pokemon Cup Series. And he's making the most of it, running in the top 3 right now. Robert Smith pulls away already. Great car for the 3 car. Last race in the Pokemon X Series, the 3 took the victory. The same team won that race, so we'll see if their luck can continue here in the Cup race. Christian Parker takes third place. It's the battle of the Parkers, third and fourth. And Christian's going to take that pass. Josh Crash, one of the winners earlier this season, running in the top 5 right now. And he's going to get there. The 18 gets by, and he'll get 4th position. And now Christian Parker moves up to 2nd place. But Robert Smith continues to pull away from the pack. Josh Crash now going for 3rd over Jeff Bright. And Crash gets the 3rd spot, so the field's starting to separate a little bit. We had interesting races here in Atlanta this weekend, and by the way, a shout out goes out to Rennial Fan for creating this new version of Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 2017 version, as we see Maxwell Smart on pit road already with problems early on, and we'll see if he affects the leaders, and it doesn't appear that he will have any factor in terms of slowing the leaders down. But again, Maxwell Smart with some problems right off the bat. Anyway, shout out to Rennial Fan for making this track. This is the 2017 Atlanta version, up to date with the Folds of Honor things and the stripes at the walls and all that stuff up to date. So it's the only 2017 track so far that's been released that I could find, at least here in Entertown 3. So big shout out to Rennial Fan for creating this track. You can find it in NN Racing. I forgot, the exact link, but it is in NN Racing somewhere. It should be up on the front page if you want to get your hands on it. So shout out to Rennial Fan for creating this awesome version of Atlanta Motor Speedway, the one we're using for this weekend's races. So anyway, here comes the 72 Eli Bright going for the 2nd position. So the Brights competing both in the top 10, and now Eli, who has the Cup ride to boot, gets the lead away. No, not the lead. 2nd place. I apologize. Robert Smith has the lead. Robert Smith has the lead, and he's been leading in these past couple laps. Now Philip Parker goes for the lead as well. Goes for 2nd spot as well. I always say that was for the lead because I'm used to seeing drivers getting by for the lead a lot of times here today. We're going to see a lot of that in the upcoming races, especially the one in Michigan next weekend, because that's a fast track. Fastest Auto Club, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to do. But we're going to use the original version of Michigan International Speedway to be realistic here, so we're going to give that version a shot. We're going to see how well that does. And now Christian Parker is back up to 3rd place, so the 2 Parkers running 2nd and 3rd. Sorry for no sound. Again, I recorded this separately from me recording my voice because I didn't have time to do it live. But you can still see the race from here, guys. But anyway, 3rd place is Eli Bright again. Oh boy, 3 wide battle in for 4th position, and the 31 gets by. The 31 car gets to the 5th position, That's the teammate of Robert Smith. Both RCR cars running in the top 5. And now Philip Parker for the race lead. And he's going to get it away from Robert Smith. He able to pull him, reel him in, and he takes the lead. Robert Smith takes the lead away from... No, I'm sorry. Philip Parker takes the lead away from Robert Smith. Dang, I'm making mistakes. I haven't done this in a while, guys, so... Yeah, I'm just still trying to get back into the swing of things as I'm recording this. But anyway, Robert Smith is going to try to fight back to take the lead away. And he does. He takes the lead back from the 37 Philip Parker. So these two are battling it out for the race lead as the race goes on. And now we see some pit stops. Philip Parker is going to come down pit road. So we are going to see pit stops for the first time today. Handful of cars make their way into pit road. Don Thuit, Ethan Sale, Anthony Lopez, O'Neal Balvin, Jonathan Fast make their way onto pit road early on. And now Robert Smith is leading again, but he might have to come down on this lap. And he will come down here in this lap to right now a little over halfway, so they're going to have to take 2 pit stops for them to make the entire distance. Everybody else pitting, only a handful of cars choose to stay out this time. Huh. So the 31 takes the lead, but how long will that car have to come? How long will that last until that car has to come to pit road? Chandler Caudell, John Andrews, by the way, that's the driver of the 31, and John Andrews is on pit road. Caudell as well is going to make his way onto pit road. Everybody else still pitting and taking their pit stops, and some are getting out of pit road. 3 cars still on pit road right now. So are the other cars, and the 3 is out, leading the field back out of pit road. Handful of cars, but those are lapped cars, all trying to get their laps back. They've had a struggle here today, and now they're all trying to get back on the lead lap. They're saying 31 is still the leader. Andrews still ruled as the leader, but they're going to cycle out eventually, and we'll see who will lead this race. Andrews out of pit road, and looks like Philip Parker might take the lead, and it appears he will. Philip Parker's going to retake that lead. There you see John Andrews off pit road, and Philip Parker gets by for the lead. And look at the big gap the 37 has, a huge gap for the 37 car. They got through pit road really quickly. There's John Andrews. Hopefully he doesn't get... Oh, he slows up his own teammate a little bit. But the 3 of Robert Smith able to get by the 31. So 3 and 31 battle for position. I believe that is for 6. And the 3 gets by. But all eyes are now on the new leader, the 37 of Philip Parker. And his lead is up to 2 seconds. And Donovan Duthit is running the top 5. A great run. And there's Philip Parker as your leader. Again, though, they're going to have to pit a little later because it does take 2 stops. It'll take 2 stops to complete the race here at this track, since they first pitted a little before halfway exactly. There is second place, Jonathan Fast, the pole setter for today's race, trying to catch the 37. And his lead, 37's lead, is 2 seconds ahead of the 17. Fast, of course, won the Daytona 500 to possibly get him a chance to lock in a spot on the playoffs. And Philip Parker has yet to win this season. He wants to win, and possibly, hopefully that will be enough for him to lock him in the playoffs. And Rich Roy, there you see Rich Roy in the 14 is running in 4th. And another RCR car is up in the 3rd position. The 27, I believe that's O'Neal Balvin. At the 27 car, and the RCR cars are having a big day. All cars are in the top 10. But here comes Rich Roy, going to take that 3rd spot away. And there's Rich Roy taking it away from the 27 car. And he's got it. Rich Roy completes the pass for 3rd place. So this so far is the most competitive in the front right now in Atlanta. Philip Parker still holding on to his lead, and he has not lost a single second, I believe. And he's run really consistent so far, but lap cars are sure going to play a factor here if he keeps this lead up. No caution so far today. We've had one caution only the entire race in the weekend. That was back in the truck race. That forced overtime, and that led to a wild finish. But it doesn't look like, unless if a crash happens at near the end of the race, it doesn't look like we might have overtime again here in Atlanta. But still a great race to watch. Look at Douthat, all trying to get back that third spot, helping out Rich Roy a little bit, trying to get by Balvin. Just 10 laps to go in Atlanta. And Philip Parker continues to pull away a little bit ahead. He's over 2 seconds now as the leader. Now Douthat goes for third place, and he's going to get that third position. And there he is. Douthat does complete third place. Might get second if he can try to close in on the 17. Would be good news for Philip Parker. At least it would give him a little bit more breathing room, since his lead has just gotten under 2 seconds. Again, not a big drop, but still anything could happen. And there you see the battle for second. It looks like Robert Smith is not going to be anywhere near the top 5 unless if something happens. 8 laps to go. I believe there's 8 to go. And Philip Parker gets by the lap car of Steve Morgan, so he won't be a factor. But I'm sure these drivers will have to pit in the next couple laps, so it's going to come down to pit stops here at Atlanta. As you see the breathtaking views this track provides. Really awesome, nice views of the track done by Rennial fans. So thanks to him for putting in the time to make this track really shine bright. There's Parker. His lead is under like almost less than a second and a half. So wow, that was just a big drop. So you gotta wonder, a little bit of worries whether or not Parker could be caught. Oh, wait a minute, it's up to almost 2 seconds. Wow, that was brief. Guess the drivers in second got a big run at one point, and now they've dropped off. And now Douthat is in second place. Douthat just took second. Could be a little bit of benefit for Parker, but he has to come down pit road, so now pit stops begin again, coming to 5 laps to go. This could decide who wins this race. And 27 was a lapped car all this time. I do apologize. 27 was a lapped car. I thought it was running the top 5, but it was apparently a lapped car. Whoops. I never even realized it when I recorded this race. The 3 took the lead briefly, but now he has to come down pit road. And Caudell stays out. 31 stays out a little bit. I'm not sure if they're going to even try to save fuel and win this race. We've had drivers, drivers that try to make it out on fuel and won the race, actually. As you see, Parker is out of pit road. Caudell leads now, briefly, with coming to 3 to go. And he's not going to make it. Neither is John Andrews, so they're not going to make it to the end. Looks like pit stops are going to cycle out. And there's the 37. Everybody's coming out of pit road right now. And Parker was able to just get the fuel he needs. And that was a quick pit stop for 37. Guess he wanted to keep the lead. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's been leading. He's been dominant in the last half of the race after the first set of pit stops. So why change everything now? Everyone's coming out with 3 to go. 31 is out. It looks like Philip Parker's going to retake the lead right about now. So there he is. Philip Parker keeps the lead with just 3 to go. And all he has to do now is hope that the lap traffic does not ruin his airflow. And he'll only hang on for the win. 2 laps to go at Atlanta. 2 car blocking him, but he gets by easily. 2 car lets him go. And his lead is up to almost 4 seconds, which is more than he did before. How about that? Philip Parker's pit crew has been the fastest today. And here we go. White flag will be in the air at Atlanta with 1 lap to go. Philip Parker trying to collect his first ever Pokemon Cup Series win. White flag in the air. Philip Parker took the lead after the first set of stops, and he has pulled away ever since. Nothing's going to go wrong for the 37 today, and they'll get a good spot in the playoffs if they can hold on and get high enough in the points. But today, coming off the final turn, Philip Parker is going to collect his first win at the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Philip Parker completes a dominant performance with a win at Atlanta. I mean, his pit crew was the fastest today, and it paid off. He gets the win to get in the playoffs. Here are the results on the left of your screen as they're starting to process. Now they're processing. And you can pause the video to find out where you finished in the race. Sorry if this went by a little quick. Wow, Bright retired with a header. Wow, I never knew that until now. Huh, that's funny. Anyway, next weekend is Michigan, folks, and hope you'll join us at the Fast Track Michigan International Speedways. We joined Philip Parker in victory lane today in his first ever win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So we'll see you guys next weekend at Michigan. All 3 series will run. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you then.